Yo, this your boy Chuck D, aka Uncle Chuck with the Sports. Welcome to the Hot Topics Podcast. Salud.
If you ain't gotta be from Bam, you don't drop a nigga.
Hey, yo. This your boy Chuck D, man. Welcome to the Hot Topics Podcast. Salud. Now, I'm going to name some names for y'all, just really quick. Wipe the sweat from my forehead. And without Google, you can't tell me who they are or where they came from. So, here we are. Kyle Guy, Jay Scrub, Aaron Wiggins, Guy Santos, Isaiah Wong. You cannot tell me where Jay Scrub got traded to. And the only two people that I even know from this list without Google was Kyle Guy. And Isaiah Wong was the second one. Sorry. You can't tell me because you don't know. No one does. No one cares. They're the 55th picks. They're the last 55th picks in the NBA draft. And nobody cares where they came from or who they are. No one. But when LeBron go off on Stephen A. Smith, now all of a sudden everybody is caring so much about this 55th pick. Okay. It shows a lot of hypocrisy. Y'all talking about LeBron's a hypocrite. What's the unfunny comedian name? Ari Spears. He says LeBron's a hypocrite because he gets into a scuffle when he played with Cleveland on the sideline. His mom is cussing at the players, and LeBron tells his mom, sit down, sit back. I got this. This comes with the game. And so now he's trying to relate that to the same situation now. Well, they're two different situations. In one hand, you got the media, the sports world, and the regular folks, the common folks, me and you, looking at Kwame Brown when he goes on his plea and his rants, talk about Stephen A. Smith and all of the ESPN and Fox Sports. And anybody who called him a bust, they're only responded to their white zaddy, making them talk about him. And remember, he went on his rants. He did all this stuff. You know, people tried to use him for political gain when they first, started with this, I think it was a podcast he started. I can't remember exactly what it is that he had going on. But when he first jumped on YouTube and started saying it, Kwame Brown was all over the internet and made everybody have empathy for him because he was telling y'all from a place that he's not a failure. He made it to the NBA. He is doing what he wants to do. Now, while Kwame Brown is also in the middle of being a hypocrite, that's not what this is about. JaVale McGee's mom also stood up for JaVale McGee when he was on Shaq and the Fool. Remember? When Shaq and JaVale McGee was going back and forth because JaVale McGee was tired of being on Shaq and the Fool, and he was JaVale McGee. Come on now, y'all remember it. Remember how much empathy y'all had calling Shaq a bully? Oh, man, I remember the world was so hurt about this. And then his mom, I think, tried to sue TNT, which TNT made him take the Shaq and the Fool thing down. And now now it's not a thing anymore. And we don't get to hear JaVale McGee. He was the all-star Shaq and the Fool. And he got to Golden State. And then he started trying to feel like that he had some type of pushback to say. And Shaq told him, hey, just because you're on a good team now don't mean that you're good. And JaVale McGee mom stepped in. Oh, she was livid. Remember she went on Shannon Sharp? Well, JaVale went on Shannon Sharp, and then she was on the telecast, and she was like, yeah, I'm from Flint, which I'm from Flint too. Shout out, 810, hoorah. But you get on there and you like, well, I'm from Flint, and I'm not scared of nothing because I'm from the hood. And I'm like, you don't have to be scared of it. It was nothing. Just like LeBron. Come on, bro. Like, this is nothing. None of this is anything. So I don't get why anybody does that. But for y'all to have so much empathy in one situation, turn around and not have it in another, it shows the hypocrisy and it shows who you are. It shows the undercover BS that you've been hiding this whole time. We all know what you are. We all know who you are. It's weird to me though. I've always thought it was weird. So I just wanted to speak on that really quick because this is just a start off. This is just the start of what I'm about to be doing. My thing is going to be starting to buzz down a lot of narratives and a lot of BS, a lot of the fairy tales, like the Wilt Chamberlain 100-point thing. Come on, bro. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. Deion Sanders saying he wake up and can run a 4.2 for breakfast. No stretching, no getting ready, no nothing. Just can wake up and do. Come on. You didn't run a 4.20. I mean, you didn't run a 4.2 in your combine. Come on, bro. Like, cut it out. And then the Cat Williams stuff. No, we're not talking about that. But, like, it's like, prime example. And I'm going to end it here because I only want y'all to get a small snippet. And if y'all ever want to get into like a watch party where we can watch this stuff, break down a little bit of this film, watch some of these fights, really, really dig into it, man, hit me up. We can always do that. We can do a live watch party. Man, you can prove our points and do what we got to do and point out what we seen. Because I know that I'm watching the same thing you're watching. How are you seeing it different than me? And vice versa. And we can do that. We can discuss that because it's a wild, very wild thing. Like the tank and Lamont Roach fight. Everybody like, oh, he lost that fight because he took a knee. No. That's not how that works. It's just not how it works. It's you're allowed to take a break in action for fixing equipment, right? Whether it's the tape on the gloves, whether it's too much Vaseline, whether it's you spitting out your mouthpiece on the side, whether it's somebody breaking their hand and taking a knee. You don't get counted for that kind of stuff. If there's an issue, excessively doing it will get you disqualified. Yes, 100%. If you're getting pummeled and your mouthpiece fly out your mouth, the moment they stop, they're not going to give you a standing 8 count. They're going to tell the person to take a step back, let you get your mouthpiece, fight. That's how it works. We've seen it all the time. We see it all the time. It's this one particular fight where everybody's like, oh, they want to take the lose so bad. People wait on winners to lose, and it's a weird thing to me. I for the life of me, can't understand it. And I'm not this huge, oh, I'm a Tank fan, I'm a this person fan. No, I'm not like that. This is just facts about the sport. Tank didn't beat Lamont. Lamont didn't beat Tank. These cats sit there around and waited on each other and waited on the fight to end. That's all they did. When Lamont Roach could have put it on Tank, he didn't. And then when Tank could have put it on Lamont Roach, he did. That's the difference. Actually, if Tank would have won that fight, I wouldn't even been surprised. Because Lamont Roach sit there and let him rest in rounds. They was resting in rounds. And then when Tank would pressure, he would pressure back, and that would be that. It was the silliest thing I've ever seen. So, with that being said, that fight was a draw, and as it should have been. So, again, if you ever want to, go back and check it out with me, because I'll watch it with you, and I'll show you what we're looking at. They'd be like, oh, well, we got to look at punch totals. We got to look at this. I'll show you what we're looking at, because you have to show me what you're looking at too. I'm not just going to go in here and teach you how to look at the sport that we're talking about. You're going to show me as well. And then we're going to go over it that way. Just hit me up. I'll show you how to do it. Or you show me how to do it. But that's all I'm going to give y'all for now. Outside of that, all I can say is, man, everybody's getting traded for my Seattle Seahawks. I don't like this at all. This is going to be a rough NFL season to watch. But I will be back to y'all with that kind of stuff. But to pivot backwards, if I had to bet, which I will bet on the Lamont Roach and Tank Davis fight, if they fight again, I'm betting on a 7 to 8 round knockout for Tank, though. I don't think Lamont Roach can beat him. Regardless of what we just saw, go ahead, comment, tell me what you think, though.